Hello students, let us discuss few important questions from general organic chemistry. So here comes the first question. Presence of nitrogen in which among the following compounds cannot be detected by Lassen method. So Lassen test is mainly, so what's the question students here? The question is presence of nitrogen among the following compounds cannot be detected by Lassen method. So which cannot be detected? What is the Lassen test here? Lassen test is mainly used to detect the aromatic compounds, right? So here if you see nitrogen in the aromatic compound. Okay. Now here if you see picric acid, uh, paratoluidine, aniline. All these three are aromatic compounds. But hydrogen is a compound where nitrogen is present, but it is not an organic compound. So Lassen test cannot be used to detect this one. It is not useful to us. So what is the answer for this question, students? This is the answer. Is it clear? What is the reason? Hydrogen is not an aromatic compound. So that's why the nitrogen which is present in hydrogen cannot be detected with the help of Lassen test. Okay, now let us see the next question. So the hottest region of Bunsen flame shown in the figure below is, the Bunsen flame, right? Bunsen flame will be having three regions basically. Okay, and these are the ending of each region. This is one region, and this is another region, and this is the next region. If you see here, this is the outer layer, and which is orangish yellow in color, and this is reddish color, and here gases will come out. So the hottest region will be here. Okay, so region 2 actually. Okay, this is the hottest region because here only the main burning process will take place. The gases will come out from here and they will burn, and heat will be produced maximum in this region. So what is the answer to this question, students? A is the answer, region 2. Okay, clear? Okay, next, let us move to the next question. Find the incorrect statement for a nucleophile. What is the question, students? Find incorrect statement. So they are asking incorrect statement of a nucleophile. What is a nucleophile? Okay, nucleus philic, nucleus loving. What is nucleus? Nucleus means it's a positively charged one. That means what? Already it is having negative charge in it. Okay, so nucleophile is having negative charge in it, and it will our electron density, and it will show attraction towards nucleophile. So a nucleophile is a Lewis acid, which is an incorrect statement. Is it a Lewis acid, students? No, already it has lot of electron density. So it is not a Lewis acid. Nucleophile is said to be a Lewis base. It is a Lewis base. So the first statement itself is wrong. So this is the correct answer. Let's see the rest of the statements. Nucleophiles do not seek electrons. Yes, of course, it is correct. Ammonia is a nucleophile. Why ammonia is a nucleophile? Because it has electron density on the nitrogen. Nitrogen has a lone pair of electron. That's why it acts as a nucleophile. Nucleophiles attack low electron density side. Definitely, because they are already having more electron density, so they will always try to attack on the sites where there are less electron density. So the correct answer is nucleophile is not a Lewis acid, it's a Lewis base. Next, for which of the following molecule mu value is not equal to 0? What is mu, students, here? Mu is said to be net dipole moment. Net dipole moment. It's not dipole moment, net dipole moment. So how can we get the net dipole moment for this? For example, if you see here, both are in opposite. So which element generally shows dipole moment? The one which is having electronegative negative charge. If you see here, these are having opposite. They are in parallel position. Means they shows nucleophilic. Sorry, they will form two dipoles in opposite direction. So dipole moment is said to be and a vector quantity. So they are in opposite direction. So parallel vector and opposite vector, so net value becomes 0. Okay. In such cases, net dipole moment value becomes 0. But if you see OH and SH, they doesn't have a planar structure. They used to have a structure where the OH is out of the plane. Okay. So here between hydrogen and oxygen, it shows dipole moment, right? So that's why the answer will be, you can see in this case and in this case, because the structure is not planar. So the answer will be C and D. Do you understood, students? When they are in parallel position, actually the dipole moment is in this direction and in this direction, opposite direction, they will get cancelled together. But these are not a planar molecule. They used to have an out of plane structure. Because of that reason, net dipole moment value doesn't be equal to 0. Okay, for these two structures. So hope you understand. So which branched chain isomers of the hydrocarbon with molecular mass 72 units gives only one isomer of monosubstituted alkyl halide? That means what? An isomer is treated. Okay, let us say X is an isomer. It is treated with alkyl. We need to get alkyl halide. It is treated with, let us see the next question, students. Here the question comes is, identify the compound that exhibits tautomerism. So what is tautomerism, students? So they only differ two organic compounds which is having same structural formula and differ only in terms of an arrangement of the protons. That means their properties will change because of that particular change in the arrangement of protons or electrons. Now let us see in this ones in 2-butene, lactic acid, 2-pentanone and phenol. The answer is 2-pentanone, students. Here the answer is 2-pentanone. What is the reason? Let me explain. So let us write the structure of 2-pentanone first. So what is the name of this? 2-pentanone. Okay. So ketone is said to be on. This is IUPAC name. Now, how it shows tautomerism? A proton can be shifted from adjacent carbon to this oxygen. Okay. So, and they will be forming a double bond here. So it becomes enol. So this is also said to be enol form. This is called keto form. So tautomerism also said to be keto-enol isomerism. Keto-enol isomerism. So this is the only one which can give tautomerism, students. If you see phenol, is it possible to get proton transfer here? Is there any other way to transfer the proton from here to somewhere else? No possibility. Similarly, if you go for 2-butene, in that case also CH3. So this is 2-butene. Okay, double bond is there. Is there any possibility of shifting proton? No possibility. Even in the lactic acid also. That's the reason why the answer for this question is 2-pentanone. Very important example, students. In general, they used to ask in the exam. So the best example for tautomerism is 2-pentanone. Okay. Now let us move to the next question. Grignard reagent or some other way we can convert alkanes into alkyl halides, right? So it is treated with some halide. Okay. Let us say it is A is treated with X and it is giving AX. And what the criteria, students? It is a branched chain isomer. This is a branched chain isomer, first thing. Next thing is, it is having 72 units of molecular mass. And they have to give only monosubstituted alkyl. It should be a monosubstituted. So in which case it is possible, let us see. Tertiary butyl chloride. Okay, tertiary butyl chloride, already chloride is there. Okay, one more substituent if you take, is it only mono substituted? No, it won't be. So this is not the correct answer. Next, neopentane. Let us see the neopentane. Structure of neopentane, students. Okay, fine. When it is treated with a halide, it can replace How many possibilities we have? 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 3, 9 plus 3, 12. In any case, you are going to get the same kind of isomer, same kind of structure, sorry. If you replace this hydrogen or this hydrogen or this hydrogen or this hydrogen, it gives you same isomer. So one condition it is satisfying. So monosubstituted alkyl halide we are getting when you take neopentane. Okay. Let us check the molecular mass of this. Okay, what is the molecular formula of neopentane? Right, C5H. How many hydrogens we have? 4 3s are 12. Okay. So now calculate molecular mass. 5 times 12. 60 plus 12 ones are 12. So 72 units. It is also satisfying. The two conditions are satisfying. First condition, it is molecular mass 72 units. It is having molecular mass of 72 units. Second condition, it is giving only monosubstituted alkyl halides when it is treated with a halide. Clear, students? So that's why the correct answer is neopentane. This is the correct answer. Okay, students. Next, let us move to the next question. So, which of the following molecule is least resonance stabilized? Okay, you know the resonance stability. Why aromatic compounds are highly stabilized? Because they have resonance structures. Here also, if you see, this is an aromatic compound. So, aromatic compounds are having resonance stability. So, this is aromatic. And here it is also an aromatic compound. How, students? These two will be in conjugation with these two electrons. Okay, pair of electrons on the oxygen. So, it is also having resonance structures, stability will come. And here also you see it is having resonance structure, so aromatic compound. But if you see here, is there any resonance? See, there is a gap here. It is not a non-aromatic compound. So for non-aromatic compound, is it possible to take the resonance structures? No. That is the reason why which of the following molecule is least resonance stabilized? The answer will be D. So do you understood, students? What is the reason? In rest of the molecules, they have aromatic, all double bonds and lone pair of electrons are in conjugation. So they will give you resonance structures. Whenever there are more number of resonance structures, they will get more stability. But in this case, you won't be getting those many number of resonance structures because of the they won't be having any conjugation here. Only these two are in conjugation, but this carbon is not in conjugation. So it will get less resonance structures. That's why the answer will be this. Now let us move to the next question. So, okay, students, the question is the IUPAC name of neopentane is. Just now we discussed neopentane, CH3, 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 CH. This is called neopentane, right? So, in this neopentane, how to give the naming of this compound? According to IUPAC name, you see the longest carbon chain will be this one, 3 carbons. And the second carbon, you can give numbering on this side or that side, left to right or right to left, because it is symmetrically arranged. On the second carbon, we have 2 methyl substituents. So 2, 2 dimethyl prop, 3 carbons means prop, and all are single bonds in. So the name of this compound is 2, 2 dimethyl. Why dimethyl? Both are methyls, and that's why you have to use the word di. And next comes the parent carbon, 3 carbons, so prop. Okay, next suffix single bond, so ane. The answer for this question is 2, 2 dimethyl propane is the IUPAC name. Common name is neopentane. Okay. Next question, students. Very important. On this concept, generally they used to ask one question in the competitive exams on meta and para-directing groups, or the meta and para-directing groups. So just remember, these are the ortho and para-directors I gave you. These are meta-directing groups. So which among the following is the most deactivating meta-directing group? They're asking most deactivating. Okay, so strongly meta-directing group will be strongly deactivating. So which one? Nitro and nitros, these 4 you should remember. And let's see what they gave in the option. They gave nitro. So the answer will be very easy to identify, but you have to remember all these things. Similarly, if you see strongly activating orthone paradirectors, amine, okay, phenol, these are all good examples. These also you have to remember. Now let us move to the last question, students. The correct order of increasing nucleophilicity. So nucleophilic means what is nucleophilic? We discussed already in the first question itself. So if you see halides, chloride, okay, bromide and iodide. So increase down the group, their basic nature increases. Okay, so that means the nucleophilicity will be in the opposite direction, students. Okay, so the answer will be iodide will be having less, followed by bromide, followed by chloride. So the correct answer is chloride, iodide, bromide, chloride. So chloride is said to be having good nucleophilic nucleophile. Is it clear? Okay. So that's all for this session, students. So if you like this video, please subscribe. Keep watch my videos to improve your knowledge. Thank you.